Lately, I've caught myself thinking, as my friends grow a bit older and they start going to college, and I just see everybody around me becoming older and doing things that I've not done yet. As somebody who is turning 23, it's a weird feeling to know that friends younger than me are going and doing more than me, like truly becoming the adults that I never became. I I never went to college. I never got a driver's license. I struggle to take care of my own home. It's just a bunch of these things. And when I see my friends going to college or learning to grow up, it's I see them differently, and that's not a bad thing. I'm very proud of them, but it just in some way I feel kind of left behind. But it's not their fault. It's all on me, you know. Um, Granted, I didn't have parents. I was not raised. I had to do everything on my own. A couple years ago, I was just abandoned, and I never did chores growing up. I never learned how to do something as simple as shaving a beard. I I just didn't have anybody to teach me that, and my mom didn't do a very good job, and my dad was never around. Um, so one day she just left, and she paid the rent and the bills for this house for a couple of months, but eventually she stopped. She didn't do that anymore. And when that happened, I was afraid that I was going to be left entirely on my own. And it's kind of it's something that I struggle to see as purely a bad thing. Maybe she didn't care. She never gave me the impression that she did. But you know, hold on. I didn't sneezes. Not this time. Um uh, I don't see it as a bad thing because it is the only reason I grew up at all. I don't know if I would even have a job yet if she hadn't have left me with nothing. I was facing homelessness. I had no food. I was having to beg for food from people around me. Um, it didn't feel great. Um, but I can't see it as purely a bad thing because, like I said, it was where I grew up. And it wasn't as easy as a lot of people do, and it wasn't as hard as a lot of people do. I feel like I'm kind of in a middle ground. I don't feel let down. I don't feel neglected. I was emotionally abused throughout my entire childhood. I was physically abused by the men that my mom was with, and I still am here. And I feel like it has made me stronger. As crazy as it sounds to give any kind of validation to the way that I was treated. But I am able to relate to people that struggle with that, and that is something that I have to really value about myself. I do think that it is my greatest strength, and well, it's not always been great because while I do have that ability, I, because of the things that have happened to me, I've lost a lot of my passion and care for other people. I find it extremely hard to feel for other people. And I kind of have to force it. As much as I love the people around me, it's just I've kind of somehow lost the ability to feel empathy when people are opening up to me. And that sucks because I do care. I just don't know how to anymore. Um, I don't know. Life is hard. It really is. And I have to laugh about it. Um, I'm sure if anybody has BPD, they are familiar with the physical feeling of emotions. Um, they are so strong that it is like when you're angry or somebody is doing something that mildly infuriates you, you have this physical feeling that builds up inside of you. Like you've got pressure in your veins and you start feeling hot. It is not it is not a great feeling. But lately I've kind of felt that overwhelming feeling with everything. Just kind of building up. I feel trapped. I really do feel trapped. My job's fucking me over. I've kind of made it nowhere ever with my content creation, which I've also lost passion for. It's hard to kind of come to terms with all that. But uh it's something I got to do. I got to turn everything around, really. Actually, I don't feel like mom is a good title for this. Cuz fuck my mom. One of the things that I've tried to do is to better myself at everything that I see myself being bad at. So like I just pick something and I try to do it. Content creation, my typing skills, video editing. But I always lose that passion for something. I don't know why. It just shifts constantly. Maybe in the past, maybe I've just tried so often to change myself so that different people would like me. And maybe that became a habit. But I don't know. Like with this channel, I felt really good about doing it. And the only reason I want to change it is so that it can fit a format that other people will like. But then I think about the other things that I'm interested in, and I want to make other videos too. And I have another channel where I could do those videos on, but I don't see myself ever doing both. I just feel like I would not be able to. Because if I want to do better stuff on this channel, it is going to take away from the time that I could spend on the other channel. And when it comes to the other channel, I can never make up my mind on what I actually want to make. Like, I always get very interested in something, and I focus on it and nothing else, and then that passion goes away. And then I get back at square one. I used to want to go to college. It was something that I really thought a lot about, and I was going to do it. And then one day I kind of talked myself out of it. Didn't know what I wanted to go to college for. Every time that I thought I had decided, I thought of some excuse to not do it. I was going to join the military too. It seemed like a really good option for me. And then I talked myself out of it. It became no longer something I wanted to do. I've had several times where I've tried to be healthier, start good habits, and I've done them for a while and I stopped. I don't know. I feel like I'm just constantly a different person. And that fucking sucks. Because I don't want to always be a different person. I want to pick something and be good at that thing and let that be my identity. But really, the only thing I think I'm decent at is being funny sometimes. And I don't even think I'm the funniest. And I don't think that my brain is still as capable as it used to be a few years ago to think of things on the spot and be funny on the spot. I feel like I've lost a lot of my energy and a lot of my drive to be that person, and I think my brain hasn't been as healthy as it used to be. Like, it takes me a long time to actually think of something. I've gotten worse at a lot. I've gotten, I struggle to read sometimes now, and it hasn't been a problem before. And I always have this sneaking suspicion that something's wrong with me. Sometimes I get in my head and I think way too much, and I think that, like, I've got some kind of illness, and I think maybe someday it'll kill me. And that's a very, very dark thought. Um, and I also realize that I'm so unhappy. I can try to be positive as much as I want, and this mentality of like every bad thing that happens to me has a good way of, like, a good thing that changes me. You know, homelessness included in that thing is something that made me stronger. Because in early 2019, I was homeless, and it was gonna happen again, and I stopped it. I don't know. It doesn't change the fact that I have this constant feeling that I'm not going anywhere, and everybody around me going somewhere has really changed it. I don't know if it's easier to go to college in other countries, but here in the States, it just seems like some daunting thing that I cannot do. I have nobody, and I don't have anybody I can ask about getting into school. I'm on my own, and I have to learn everything and do everything myself and teach myself to be the person I am. You know, I don't have much family. You know, I've got a grandpa that lives 30 minutes away, and that's the only person that cares, and I don't think he cares in the way that I need him to. He doesn't have college experience. He didn't go to school. Um, and I'm pretty sure he is very against going to college. So I don't see him being much help. Today I forgot to take my vape to work. And it was the first time that I realized that I am addicted to nicotine. You know, I kind of already assumed that, but it was the first day that I went without for that long and felt such a crazy urge to just find some way whatsoever to get nicotine. And that's embarrassing. It's something that I always said that I would never do, and then I did it. And I see myself as a worse person now because of it. And now I'm stuck. It is going to be hard for me to quit, you know? I gave myself that extra challenge that I always, in a way, I kind of mocked people that smoked, you know? Because I thought it was a fucking stupid thing. How could somebody do something willingly that they knew was so bad for them, but I did it? And I guess it makes me just as stupid. You know, I've been trying for a while to find new homes for my cats as well. I struggle to take care of them, just as I struggle to take care of myself. And, you know, when I was staying at another home for a while, I realized how much I was missing them. But that didn't change the fact that I still was not going to be able to take care of them. My brain, I just forget. I forget everything, dude. Like, I've had legitimate moments earlier this month, or actually, I guess it was January, where I had genuinely forgot how old I was. I had to ask somebody else. And sure, I could have looked up my birthday, but I just didn't think about it at the time. And I was trying to figure out if I was turning 23 or turning 24. I never think about what day of the week it is. Um, you know, I just kind of forget. And that leads to me getting in trouble at work because on certain days we have certain, you know, certain things that we have to do. And I don't always think about those things. And that sucks. And I struggle a lot to get tasks done at work because I can't focus. You know, I'm doing this task where I have to get it done and I have to do it within an hour, but it takes me an entire shift because I can't stop myself from walking over to my other coworkers and goofing off or talking to them or going outside and just sitting. I just find myself doing these fucking ridiculous things that don't make sense. And all this shit is holding me back from being an adult. And I can't even really excuse myself because some of my friends have the same problems and are still doing it. They're still going out there and just going to college. certain friends that I've never taken seriously and never thought would go very many places, as much as I hate to say it, like, they're doing better than I am. They're being more responsible than me. I just feel like I'm so fucking far behind. And I think I've gotten too comfortable with that. You know, I kind of always thought, like, I don't really have to do the same things that most typical adults do because I had a different plan. But that plan has fallen through for 4 fucking years. I really don't mean for this to be so venti, but I made this channel for a reason, and I'm using it. In the future, I'm going to look back and watch this video, and I'm making a promise to myself right now that this is not going to be how I feel in the future. And I hope to God that that fucking changes. I need to get somewhere where I don't have to fake who I am to everybody around me. And I just need to be the real person that I am, you know, the one that I present online. And I have to do it better, and I have to be an actual good, responsible adult in real life too. Because right now I'm a fucking child. And I can't just be a child forever because I'm turning 23. And some of my friends are not even 19 yet, and they're doing more shit than I am. And I know you're not supposed to, you know, compare yourself to other people, but it's really fucking hard when they have a 5-year head start on me, you know? You know, I don't hold it against them. They're doing great, and I'm proud of them. I hold it very much against myself. All I want to do is just come home and make a stupid little video that's never going to take off anywhere or anything. It's not going to do anything for me because I'm so stubborn, and I only want to make what I want to make, and I don't want to make something that's going to gain traction. You know, I don't want to follow the thumbnail and the title rules, and I don't want to edit for retention, and I don't want to make something that's going to actually be usable on YouTube. I just want to have fun. But I can't expect it to be a fun thing for me if it's just going to be a hobby. You know, it can't be both a job and fun. You have to sacrifice something. If I want it to be just what I want, then it's going to just be a hobby. And that hurts a lot to realize, because this is the thing that I want to do. And I also think that I'm going to suffer as a result of who I am when it comes to this. Like, I don't think that I can have this weird little furry profile picture and probably not even my name or my identity. I don't think I can have any of that if I'm going to succeed. So I think a lot of people will hold it against me that I'm this weird little cute little dog. But, you know, people like Fundy made it. But, you know, he knew what he was doing. If you don't know, I've known Fundy for fucking ages. I met him in 2019. I played on his old little Minecraft server. He knew what he was doing. I've talked to him and his friend that, you know, I've mentioned my friend before, the YouTuber friend, and I really got to learn a lot more about how ready Fundy was when he went into this shit. He knew to reach out to people, and he was prepared to do it. And that got him where he is. And I know how to reach out to people. I know that's the thing I need to do, and I'm very good at talking to strangers. It's something that I like. But my own consistency is going to be a problem. You know, I've struggled with this thought so much that I considered just giving up being my main character and just being a side character for other people. And then I kind of realized it's not fulfilling if I do that. You know, I like it. It's fun. but I have not made my own content in so long, aside from these videos. It's pathetic in a way to even claim myself to be a creator and then to be who I am, just kind of failing at it. I just make these shitty little logs that I don't put effort into. I just turn on my mic. I turn on my mic and I talk, and I don't edit this shit, you know? And when I do edit, it turns out to be garbage because I'm just too lazy to actually finish something. Like, if I put more effort in, I could have made some of the main channel vids to be, like, actually good and watchable. But instead, all I want to do is cut it and put it online. I don't want to put effort into it. I don't have the... I just don't stay focused. And maybe I don't have the passion for it or the drive. You know, I kind of realized tonight, and a couple times before, but I really thought about it tonight, that I have felt numb for so long that I think it's just become normal for me to not feel passion for something. I can get excited when I talk about music, and I go on these big tirades about these artists that I really like, and I talk about them to my friends, but to actually feel an emotional, positive feeling, you know, it's just, I've had it for 1 month in the past several years. And it fucking sucks, dude. You know, I miss when I met my friends and back in 2019 and I played on his Minecraft server. Everybody else had already left the server. I was the one that joined at the very end and I played alone. And I played it by myself for many, many hours. And I was so into it. That was when I first actually started playing Minecraft. You know, I'd played for many years. You know, I played in Pocket Edition. I don't know what year. I was in middle school, probably 6th grade. But I really felt passionate at that time. And then when we eventually moved to Fundy's server, I played on that a lot. I had a house in one of the shipwrecks underwater, and I remember oh man, I played so many. I just tried to be so funny back then because I wanted some attention. And eventually I became friends with a lot of the people, and we became great friends. And I met so many people through one of the friends that I got, and that was my entire friend group. And then, you know, not knowing how to control my BPD at that time, because I didn't know I had BPD, I eventually lost all of those friends. I have a few left, but being as popular as I was at that time and then losing everything is, it kind of, it really represents how I feel now. And it fucking sucks. I feel like a fucking, I have so much wasted potential. I feel like I could have been somebody. And if I gave up now, it'd be fucking embarrassing. But I don't think that I am in a good position like I was back then when it comes to actually starting this shit. In my first streams, I was getting 18 viewers. Like, my very first actual stream, I had 18 viewers. And that was thanks to the position that I had through the people I met. And then, you know, I kept those viewers while I was playing on Simp Live, which was an SMP Live knockoff. I fucking loved it, by the way. I met so many great people. I held those viewers, and then I just stopped streaming. And then I came back. I had a decent number of viewers, and I did some more streams, and then I stopped streaming. I came back again. I had some good success. I think that's when I had my sponsorship. And then I did some lower effort content, lower energy. People stopped coming, and I quit streaming. And now I'm so terrified of not having anybody talking my chat that I just refuse to stream now. And I hate that because that's something that I'd miss so goddamn much. Anyways, I really don't know what else I can say. I don't want to stay up too late because I gotta open the store in the morning. I just really needed to open up. And if anybody watched this to the end, thank you. Like, fucking, I don't know why you're listening to me. This has just been a sob story, and I'm sorry you had to listen to this, but I appreciate it. I'm not even going to announce this vlog at all, because it's so personal to me. But I'm also kind of, I actually have one more thing. I am kind of upset with the direction that I've taken this channel, because yet again, I did not put enough effort in, and I have gone away from talking about, things that could be aligned with advice or something. Now I just talk. I talk about my life. It's not like, I feel like this channel, to be what I wanted to make it, I need to be able to talk more about how to handle things like what I'm talking about right now. I can't just turn this on and talk. That's not what this was. I guess it kind of was. Like, this type of thing, yes. But for example, with the Tiny Rogues video, I just played the damn game. And I talked about the Minecraft video, and I feel like I've done that for the past few Ninlogs as well. My damn cat is destroying my carpet. You fucker. Stop that. I'm trying to be sad here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a letdown. And I don't know. It hurts to say that. But I promise I'm not so depressed that I'm going to give up. And it's just not where I'm at right now. Because I think giving up is the stupidest shit you can do. There's your advice. Don't give up. Alright, goodbye.